Hello everyone and welcome to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Please make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it and don't forget to subscribe. So today we're having a quick look. As you know, they have the Create a Card project for 2020, and it's tournament based style where you pitch two different archetypes against each other and they're kind of voted in some sort of like tournament style. We don't know how else it's going to work, but I would assume the one that gets eliminated at each point progresses that other archetype on further, and then there might be one ultimate winner. In today's one, there's actually a vote between the Hazy Flame archetype and the Fortune Lady archetype. Personally, I've already actually done the vote for it. You can easily find this information on Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG's Twitter. You just click the link on the research.net aspect web link, and from there you can actually put your vote through. You do have to answer a question as well and just confirm your vote. Once you've done that, that's provided. The closing date for this is the Monday, the 7th of September at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're in America and you're on this time, that's good for you. And just if you're not, kind of work out when that is. But the sooner you vote, the more likely it is to have gone through. For me personally, I have gone for Fortune Ladies. The reason I've done this is actually they're a lot more versatile. They were used by a main series villain, not the biggest one, but one of them, Carly Carmine, who became a dark signer, who was facing them in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. They were very decent for what they can do. They've actually got a lot of support. The water one that you can see on the bottom right is actually a very consistent draw 2 card, and it's not a once per turn effect. So actually they're very usable. Now the top left card that you can see on there is their kind of only claim to fame synchro monster. But I would assume if they're going around the synchro route, which is when 5Ds came out, they came up with the new synchro monsters, and they might be getting more synchro support if you support them. But I could also see maybe alternative versions, maybe another one attribute for each of these monsters. I think that would be great because that would actually give you a little bit more options. I think of them a little bit like elemental heroes. They have a variety of attributes and they can abuse them accordingly. And so I think actually having maybe 2 of each would provide some variety into the strategy. Otherwise, it can be a little bit too linear. Generally, people know what these types of effects do. If you don't, I can give you a quick rundown. The light one, if it's banished, you can actually special summon a different Fortune Lady monster. The fire one, that one is able to destroy one of your opponent's monsters, and then they take damage equal to that monster's attack. I think it's its original attack. The wind one destroys spell and trap cards equal to the number of Fortune Lady monsters you have on the field. The water one draws 2 cards every time it's basically summoned. So I think it's special summoned. So you're consistently able to fill your hand. I think the dark one is the 5th one. It's the second strongest. It is able to, whenever you destroy a monster, able to special summon a Fortune Lady monster from your deck. So that adds to the consistency. The final one, Fortune Lady, the Earth one, is able to do, I think it's effect damage. I can't remember how much effect damage it does. I think it's something like 400. Each time it kind of levels up. So during each standby phase, you do 400 points of damage. And of course, it's the biggest one out of it. So it starts off with 2,400 attack and then increases. Fortune Lady Every, which is a synchro monster, is able to level itself up to banish your opponent's cards. As for the Hazy Flame archetype, I'm not too familiar with them. I can't think of how they play. Their playstyle is quite awful for what they can do. They are level 6 monsters. I think they can normal summon themselves relatively easy using some of their spell and trap support. but they haven't got they don't have a main character base. They have not been used by any main character or any villain, which means they have no use within the archetypes. It's really not going to be a fan favourite, and it would really shock me to see if Fortune Ladies lost out to Hazy Flames, because Fortune Lady will win every time. Whatever you think, leave your comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.